It's really important to me to make sure that I put the client first, their needs first, before any sort of paycheck. I am a local realtor here in Kansas City, Missouri and Kansas. I live in Fairway, Kansas with my wife and 2 kids. I am a local Kansas Citian and from the area, born and raised in Prairie Village. Went to high school here, went to KU. A lot of my career has been centered around real estate for the last 8 years. Prior to that, I was in a executive role at a logistics company. A lot of that has transitioned into real estate for me in several ways. A lot of my drive and passion within real estate is to help people. I think that's the paramount, forward-most thinking thing to do when it comes to this business. I didn't grow up with a lot of money. My whole family sort of scraped to get by growing up, but eventually my parents' careers did take off and they did make better for themselves, and that set a good example for me growing up. It made sense that I could understand where people are coming from and put people on the same level that I grew up on. I recently rescued a pre-foreclosure situation with a lady who had accumulated quite a bit of debt and had gotten behind on a lot of her mortgage payments. She was in a situation where she had recently lost her job and was in a pretty dire circumstance, behind on her bills, in an instance where potentially some of her lights and water and other utilities were getting ready to be shut off. When we looked at her situation, we could determine that she needed to sell her house and use the equity that was left within the process of that pre-foreclosure to pay all of these bills off. She was stuck with probably 3 or 4 liens. She had taken a loan out against her home prior that she was behind on. She had received a few offers from a wholesale company. The wholesale company didn't necessarily have her best interest at heart. My goal was to not only protect the largest amount of equity, but to put her house in front of as many eyes as possible within the market and to get her the absolute most amount of money possible. We put her house on the market. We'd shown it probably 10 to 12 times prior to receiving the final offer that we accepted. We did get a full ask offer. We did have to lower the price, but slightly, which netted her probably $46,000 more than either offer from the wholesale companies had provided. Not only did she have enough money left over after paying off all of the liens that existed within the home, but she also had money to potentially put down on a new home and repair her credit. A lot of times people are in financial stress and end up in situations that are beyond them, whether it comes to a foreclosure, whether it comes to getting behind on their bills. A lot of people are in a situation where they don't really know what to do, and by the time that I get in touch with them or they get in touch with me, we end up figuring out a plan and come out with a way for them to not only get clear on their bills, but to also process any sort of outstanding liens or the equity within their home. When people are going through the hardest moments, they deserve someone with calm, clarity, and integrity, and that's the work that I'm committed to.